at times it felt though that they were just parking the bus. Is that just me? Did Derby come to park the bus yesterday?
I think when they realised after the first 10 minutes that they're in for a long day.
There was an excitement watching Stoke again yesterday, and we were sitting there and we were going, bloody hell, this is a good team. This is how they were playing.
Did you mention all that? What was the Manu thing about? What was that about?
I was not impressed with that behavior. You may not like it, but you never, under any circumstances, you don't go after your own club, your own gaffer.
Players don't like getting subbed, do they? But you don't come off and you don't walk past your manager when you've had a good game and you've had a good pre-season. And you don't walk past the players that are coming on. You at least acknowledge them, and then you go sit on the bench and then sulk.
If we can go the first 10 games undefeated, just draws and wins, I will shave my beard off live on Stoke Fan TV.
Hello and welcome back to another podcast episode of Stoke Fan TV with myself, Max.
And me, Sam.
And today we're joined by a panel of cheese boarders, pretty much. Over in the corner, I think we've got Wensleydale, we've got Purple Leicester down there in the bottom corner. Which one of you is Stinking Bishop? I won't go into it, but like literally, we've got lots of cheeses here today. And it's great to have you all on the show. Welcome back, chaps. This is the first podcast show of the new season. The last video, Sam and I stood in front of a local football goal and did a show. And thanks to everybody who's liked and subscribed to that particular video. We've had a ton of subscribers from it. Really appreciate it. Like we said, we're not going to do every show like that, where Sam and I are standing on a semi-professional training ground. And we're not going to do it like that. We want to get the fans involved. And as you can see, we've got a panel today. And this isn't even all our regulars. But, the man, myth, and legend, Alan May, we'll get him on at some point, and Pete the Potter, people like that. But if you want to come on the show, you know what to do. Get in touch with us. Get on our Facebook page. Go to Stoke Fan TV Facebook page. Ping us a message. Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. The season has started, and it started with a bang. We have beaten Derby, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. You'll notice, by the way, everybody watching, this is coming out very close to the game. We're going to try and do that this season. We're going to try and get the responses to the matches closer to the matches, because it kind of makes sense, doesn't it, really? It kind of makes sense. Right, I'm going to throw it out there. Who wants to kick off the podcast? That Derby win, come on. What a start to the season. Who wants to go first?
Go on,
Silence.
I'll do it. I'll go.
Right, okay. I'm going to throw it over to Hoppo. Go on, Hoppo.
Yeah, it was a good start, wasn't it? It was a real good performance. I thought for 80 minutes, 70 odd minutes, we played some really good stuff. Probably if I'm going to be critical, I think overall the whole game itself was a lack of, the goalkeepers weren't busy, but it was a good game. There was some great possession football, build-up play. So there was a lot for the first game of the season. You never know which way they're going to go. Everyone's still just after pre-season, so you never really know what you're going to get, who's going to turn up, who isn't. But I thought they put in a real good shift. The new players looked great. The existing players looked better. It looked balanced. It was good to watch some really good passages of play. Great build-up play. I say the only real critical thing was first off, we didn't go in winning, but we didn't have clear-cut chances. There's a lot going on around their box and in their box, but nothing really where we were testing the keeper solidly. And our keeper Victor had nothing really to do throughout the whole game. I think they probably scored really with their first chance for that little period where we were off the game a little bit and they were in the ascendancy. But apart from that, fantastic performance, really pleased, really enjoyed it, fantastic atmosphere, a lot of positives, very, very few negatives, if anything at all. Probably the biggest talking point for us was Manu having a little petulant moment. But I think, to be honest with you, I look at it a different way. It was very petulant, very silly, but it just shows that the players want to be on that pitch and they want to play, and if they're being substituted, they're not happy. And that's positive overall is a good sign. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good start. If we can follow it up next Saturday, then I'll be really, really pleased.
That's the thing, isn't it, lads? By the way, feel free, just jump in whenever. This is a pub chat, but we haven't got any beer. But it's just jump in. Honestly, don't if you want to interrupt someone talking to get a point in, just do it. You know what I mean? Just go for it. So yes, I mean, Oppo.
Very British, aren't we?
Yeah, Oppa,
Remember
great analysis, to be honest with you, of that game. It was a bit up and down. At times, it felt though that they were just parking the bus. Is that just me? Did Derby come to park the bus yesterday?
I don't think they did, but I think when they realised after the first 10 minutes that they're in for a long day, um, it kind of forced the hand a little bit. Like, you can't, with how high we were playing and the quality that we had on the ball, they can't really sit too high because you've got Creswell and Sorber on the wing who are just bombing balls forward and getting it forward and getting it forward. They can't sit high, they can't come out, they can't press us. So we kind of forced them into it a little bit. Like Oppo says, there was a lot going forward, but the keepers, well, Vic didn't really have that much to do other than pick the ball out of the net and pick what's that young lad called, Ollie's duck out of the net. That's literally all that he had to do all game. And I turned to my old man at half time and I said to him, "That's the best I've seen us play since we've come down." At half time, I think that first half performance, I think we were. I can see what Robbins is doing. We look like we've got an identity. We look like we look like we're just pinging the ball about for fun. We look like we've got quality on the ball. It was the atmosphere helping as well. It was a nice throwback to sort of maybe 15 years ago. We looked good. We looked dominant.
Do you honestly think that's the best we look since we've gone down? Really?
But first off, I think, yeah.
I agree. I agree,
Yeah,
Tom, 100%.
Yeah.
Knew I could trust you. What a guy.
Yeah. No, it's honestly yesterday. I mean, I haven't been watching Stoke my whole life like a lot of you guys have, but I started watching, the last year of Pulis kind of thing. And I would agree that yesterday's match, they played for me just like what they were when I started watching. They did not give Derby any quarter. When Derby did get possession, our guys were on them like a fat kid on a cake, right? There was no hesitation. There was no giving them any space. There was no nothing. They were just literally, our guys were on them. And Lowell, I mean, what can you say about that guy? He's an absolute beast, and you can see the fear of God and all things holy in Darby's face. They have possession, and Lowell starts closing them down. They're just like, "Oh shit, I've got to get rid of this guy."
Is he wasted in defense? Is he wasted in defense though, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he should be playing more forward because he's so good on the ball, right? I mean, he's amazing on the ball. But I mean, the whole thing yesterday, I mean, obviously it wasn't at the game, so I can't comment about the atmosphere, and it's hard to tell. I mean, we buy the Stoke season pass, and so we can watch all the games. But from what I saw, the togetherness of the guys on the pitch, and you know what? What's really struck me yesterday was in the dying minutes of the game when we're sitting at a draw. Last year, we would have not sat back so much, but it wouldn't have been a full press like we were doing. This game against Derby, they threw everything at it, including the kitchen sink, and there we go. We scored 2 in extra time. Whereas last year, that would have been us on the receiving end of being scored against. I mean, how many games last year did we lose in the dying minutes of extra time because we just completely fell apart? Whereas yesterday, they were just hammering Derby. And that's something we didn't see last year. And honestly, I haven't seen that for a long, long time with Stoke, was that dying minutes, not even desperation play, but absolute quality and ambition and the attitude that they're not going to go away with 1 point at home on opening day. They went at it. And I was, Tom, what you said about, some of the best football we've seen since relegation, I agree. Yeah.
Dale and Sam, you're awfully quiet over there in the corner.
I'm surprised no
No,
one's
just relaxing.
mentioned. I'm surprised no one's mentioned how fit the team look in comparisons to how we usually look at first game of the season after a pre-season. I think Mark Robbins has done something this pre-season that we haven't done before. That we've come out looking very sharp.
Kept him off
He
the
said
Snickers.
after the game, he said after the game he didn't think that there was going to be any injuries, so the slight knocks to Pearson and Bosun Lawal don't seem to be too bad, which is great news. On a whole, the game against Derby, it reminded me the last time I saw Stoke come out like that at the end of a game was when Sam Vokes scored the winner against Sheffield Wednesday at home about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if you guys will remember. It was a great
Yeah.
end of the game, and it reminded me much like that one. Um, it was great. It was a great game.
I mean, we're obviously stoked, literally, that we won. But was it Stoke playing really well or Derby having a bit of a stinker? I mean, they didn't offer much really, apart from that one goal that they scored, which they beat the press and they were in. They put a ball in. Maybe Wilmot could have done better, sort of thing. I mean, he got some finish, to be fair, can off the floor. There's nothing Johansson could do
Like,
about it.
credit where it's due. It's a great finish.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
No, I was just listening to Tom and Alan, and it's just agreeing with them that yesterday I was watching it with my dad because I was away, and I said to my dad, there was an excitement watching Stoke again yesterday, and we were sitting there and we were going, bloody hell, this is a good team. This is how they were playing, and we've not even got we haven't even got a full team. That isn't the full strength team there yesterday, and some of them players yesterday were just like. I was just sitting there and I was getting goosebumps watching the game, some of the play, because they were just pressing and they were passing it about and they were attacking, and there's a couple of chances that they had, a couple of weak shots by, Divine and Sorber. They had a couple of half chances, but you're looking at Pearson, and Baker. Why the hell did two managers try to get rid of Baker? I have no idea. Why did they try and get rid of Baker? He's somebody that will just he'll play. He's got a set piece in him. But watching it with my dad, we were just saying, Robbins has come in and the build up the pre-season. I was watching some of the stuff on social media pre-season, and the togetherness of the players through pre-season was something I've not seen at Stoke for years. They were on the training camp in Spain, and watching the videos of them all just messing about in the pool and all just chilling about, and it was a proper team. They all looked so fit as well, and they all looked ready and prepared. And then obviously they come out yesterday, and from the get-go, from kickoff, the first 10 minutes was unreal, and then they sat back a little bit. Derby come into it, and obviously got to half time. But even when we conceded, the heads didn't drop. They carried on playing the way. They just carried on playing the same. Got back in, obviously, Baker gets the ball as a shot. He's got that in him. And then they just kept going and going and going. And it's like you said, probably last season, the season before, we would have gone, oh, it's 1-1, let's just hold out for a point. But we just kept going and got 2 goals in added time, and it's getting them goals from, Divine's first goal. That ball from Seko was world class.
Yeah.
That was unreal. That Japanese challenge, that is, isn't it?
I think you spell Seko Beckham-esque, don't you? From now on, it's Becko.
It's just it was so pleasing to see such a good performance of an opener yesterday.
Oh, mate, great to see. The one thing also, though, you obviously mentioned togetherness. You mentioned all that. What was the Manu thing about? What was that about? I felt like it was the only weird thing that happened in the day. What was he? What was he? What? I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't know. We can only speculate, but this was a bit weird, wasn't it? Like I mean, to be fair, I don't think he was having a bad game. I thought he was having quite a good game, to be fair. And he put Sorber through that one time, and he was looking busy. He didn't take 700 shots like he usually does from the edge of the box. He was looking to thread the ball through. But it was a bit of a weird thing, wasn't it? Anyone got any thoughts on that particularly? I mean,
I don't mind that at all. It's like
You
Oppo
don't
says,
mind it.
it's showing that he wants to play. It's showing that he wants to play, and it's showing that he wants, he feels like he's had a good game. He feels like he can make a change. I wouldn't call it petulance. I'd say it's more frustration to his first game of the season. He thinks he's doing all right, and he gets taken off. If it happens again, maybe my mind might change. But first game of the season, well, we can let him off.
You don't think it's you don't think it was a Marco Arnautovic moment sort of thing? I mean, he's talking chalk and cheese, I don't think he's anywhere near Marco Arnautovic, but do you know what I mean? Like, you don't think it's that kind of moment? You don't think it's that kind of thing playing out? Anybody? Let's just putting rumors and speculation out here.
I was not impressed with that behavior. I mean, whether you're getting pulled for performance reasons or formation changes or whatever the case may be, right? Maybe you give somebody some time on the pitch, get their legs going. You may not like getting subbed off, or me as a ex-goalie getting pulled. You may not like it, but you never, under any circumstances, you don't go after your own club, your own gaffer, your own teammates, and just go marching down going down the tunnel all PO'd. It's like, I get it. There's a time and a place to discuss your frustrations about being pulled, but it's not while you're on the pitch and leaving the pitch. That's not the time to do it. The time to do it is in the dressing room. Have a discussion with the gaffer, the coaching staff, to say, okay, look, I felt, and you know what? I'll back up. I'm going to say that, obviously I'm biased. I'm not a Manu fan, mostly due to his last year's performances with his selfishness. I mean, yeah, great. You dribbled it past two guys, but then you shot it at, 15 defenders' shins instead of, dishing it off to two guys that were wide open. Yesterday, I have to admit, his passing was fantastic. I mean, he really had great vision yesterday. He saw, like you say, he saw Thomas. He fed that through, and unfortunately, Thomas couldn't collect the bill. But at the end of the day, I think Robbins made the right move, subbing him off and getting sorry, who came on? Who did he sub? Who came in?
Donnelly.
Changed the game, right? I mean, Donnelly had some fresh legs, and Darby was obviously quite tired, and he came on, and you got to give Donnelly a shake. He's fresh in the squad. He hasn't been out on the pitch yet with the team, so give him a little run out, right? And he did well.
Right, yeah. I mean, it was.
But man, getting pissed off. I'm sorry. That's just this is
you won't be alone. You won't be alone thinking that, Al. I think Sam's over there like going like this.
This is professional.
Well, for a start, he was mocking Sam's red hair, wasn't that right, mate? And we can't be having any of that.
No, I completely agree with what Al said about Manu. It just screams spoiled brat to me when you're doing that, walking off the pitch in front of 26,000 people on the TV cameras.
I think when players don't like getting subbed, do they? But you don't come off and you don't walk past your manager when you've had a good game and you've had a good pre-season, and you don't walk past the players that are coming on. You at least acknowledge them, and then you go and sit on the bench and then sulk. You don't walk off.
It's ruined his performance for me. It made me completely not even think about how well he played.
But it's like people have been saying over social media, some have said, game out the club. Is that a sign that he wants to leave? Is that a sign that he was frustrated yesterday? But I hope Robbins just has the word with him and says, look, I know you're frustrated that I brought you off. This is the reason why I brought you off. Don't do it again. And if he does do it again, like you said, there's the door. But
it was a really weird thing because it kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it is interesting thinking about it because you have got that kind of side of it. I don't think he should have come off. I don't think he should have come off. I thought he's having a right game. I would have taken Bay off, to be quite honest.
I would have taken Bay off as well.
I don't think Bay had a bad game, but I don't think that Bae-Jun-Ho is a number 10. And I keep saying that to everybody. I don't think he's number 10. In fact, I would actually rather see Manu play as a number 10 for a bit. If we're going to want to try some of the wingers, pop Bay on the right, or Sorba can play on the right, pop Bay on the left. But for me, Bay's strength isn't that, because I feel like, I mean, we saw a glimpse of Donnelly, didn't we? We saw him square the ball, play, sweaty goal at the end. Brilliant. That's what we want the number 10 to do. We want the number 10 surely to not just play here behind the striker. We want the number 10 to be there from time to time, right? We want that switch up because we know Stoke, that's at times Stoke City is where strikers come to die. So let's try and give them a hand. Let's try and give them a hand. Surely the number 10. That's just my opinion. Anyone else? Anyone else on that kind of Beijing Ho number 10 kind of thing? Anyone got any thoughts? Hoppo, you
Donnelly did really well.
Donnelly did well.
Came on and did really well. I've heard really good things from Tottenham fans about Donnelly. I think Ash Phillips as well came on, absolute nail at the back of the defence. He's best signing of the season.
Man Mountain. I don't understand. If he's fit, surely he has to start over either Wilmot or Llewell. With all due respect to those boys. Surely in a fit Ash Phillips gets in the team.
That starting 11 that we saw yesterday will not be the starting 11 in a month's time.
No.
Won't be. Llewell's there as cover because Maxi and Ash Phillips are still coming back to full fitness. I'd be very surprised if Maxi and Ash weren't starting every game to be fit.
Wilmot captain though. Yesterday.
You can't give it to Johansson because Johansson's too headstrong and he will talk himself into the book.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
Because
you can't give it to one of the new boys because that sets precedent for the other players. You can't give it to Manu because he's too young and he's too headstrong. Same with Vic. The most experienced player in that team was Wilmot. It was either him or Baker. It's got to be one of them two. Give it to Baker. Seen it before when he becomes captain, similar to what happened with Josh Laurent. He gets sort of not a god complex, but he's like, I made it now, once I great, and he doesn't try as hard. For me.
I mean, you are. I think you are right. I think the lineup will change, but where's it going to change? I mean, obviously, great news and Zonzi's back. We've failed to mention. Everyone knows it now. Everyone failed to mention. We said it. We said it on Facebook a few weeks ago, didn't we? No one. None of you have believed us, did you? But you believe us now. But literally, that's great. Nzonzi's coming back. Surely an Nzonzi that's like 50% of Nzonzi that was here before walks into that team. One of the best central midfielders we've had at Stoke, isn't he? Ever?
Oh yeah. Class on his day. Yeah, he was.
No, I was surprised at how quick the game was yesterday. It was a very fast-tempered game, and I was thinking, how's Nzonzi going to fare with that sort of speed game when I was watching it. But we'll see.
Oppo, go on, Oppo. You defend him because you like him.
Yeah,
I like him too.
Yeah, it was probably yesterday. It was a full gas game, wasn't it? It was like, and the tempo. There was little periods, but the tempo didn't really drop as such. Only is what you'd expect. So it was like a full-on, like Sam said, full-on gas game. So maybe for older legs, they might sort of struggle. But people like Nzonzi, they don't lose what they've got. They might lose the yard of pace, but what they've got is exceptional. Is they don't need that yard of pace. He can pass a ball. He's got vision. He can hit a ball. He can lead the others as well. So I think sometimes the player doesn't necessarily need that kind of pace to be involved in the game and make an impact in the game. You all offer something slightly different, and it's a bit of a balance. Sometimes you just need that older head. And I was thinking when it's one each, team coming into extra time, because I initially thought, it's going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw. Like I'm thinking manage the game out now. Manage it out. We'll just take the point. I want the win. We'll take the point, and it's just okay. Bang, we get a win. And I think people like Nzonzi then are on the harder games against the better team. If we're in it and we're winning, or we're push for a draw, the Nzonzis are invaluable. Some of these younger lads, they're all still learning. So. And he's got a massive place in this team, Nzonzi, definitely.
Squad's important too, isn't it, this season? Yeah. Every player is important in that squad. There's a lot of games this season, isn't there? There's a lot of games every season for the Championship, 700 games. But, it's like, because there's 200 teams. But, do you know what I mean? It's like, that squad is so important. And we're still about bringing people in, aren't we? we're filming this obviously on the Sunday. We're still about more people coming in. What do we think to the striker situation? Have we found ourselves a striker who, I mean, he's bagged a goal in his first game for Stoke.
You know,
How often does that happen as a striker at Stoke?
guy's running yesterday. He was mentioned before his running as off the scale, like his movement. You could not mark him yesterday. He was here, he's there, he's everywhere. How can a centre defender mark him? Because he's not in one fixed position. And
so
he's telling
he
them
run their
to-
defence ragged.
He'll read the balls, he'll read them, and he'll find the space he needs to be. And this guy's, I'm not getting overexcited, but yeah, we've got something good there.
I'm so
I'm
glad
excited
he's
to
got
see.
his goal.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
Let's get. I'm
Go on.
excited to see Bosnick come in, right, to see what he can do, and I'm sure we'll probably see him on Tuesday for against Walsall. My concern with Mumbama is, we've got a lot of eggs in that basket right now. That he's obviously shown in preseason as well as the first game of the regular season that he has the quality to play there day in, day out. But if he does go down with a knock and he's out for 3, 4, 5 games, something like that, that's where that depth comes in. But I've been watching a lot of I watched a couple of old games of Bosnick when he was with his last club. Watched the full match, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, Bosnick actually looks a lot like Divine. He's constantly moving. He's always very tough to mark up, and he's very powerful. That's one thing I was impressed with Bosnick. So, I mean, we've got some depth there. So it'll be interesting to see, for me, if we end up with, Bosnick and Divine, and if they're both quality strikers, my question is going to be does that give Robbins some more options on the formation? And do we start looking at a 3-5-2? Because if you have guys like Phillips, you've got too many consonants, not enough vowels. The new defender, right?
Yeah, Maxi.
Yeah, we got Maxi. We've got a very solid core of defenders right now, and you start to look at what you can put together for the 5 across the middle. There's a lot of depth there, a lot of quality. So I mean, if we can get 2 strikers up front like a Bosnick and Mubama,
Yeah,
I think
I mean, the future's bright, isn't it, man? I mean, it's not just there what you described them. So we've got multiple potential options. First 10 games of the season for me can be a lottery, and let's be fair, let's all just take a breath, Stoke fans. This time last season, we won the first game against Cov, right? And everyone was talking about how it was brilliant and we had a different atmosphere. Cov ended up in the playoffs and we were close at the bottom. So we have to don't lose our heads too much, but we are second in the league. At present, we are second in the league. Let's just see. Let's see. A brilliant win.
If we can go the first 10 games undefeated, just draws and wins, I will shave my beard off live on Stoke Fan TV.
First 10 games undefeated. We will hold you to that. Come on, Al Campbell from Fart Systems Incorporated. Yes, it's called that. Check it out. It doesn't stink now. He's going to shave his beard live on Stoke Fan TV.
I'll shave all this Bushman beard will come off.
should Stoke go undefeated? Wouldn't that be a shout? Right, okay. We've got to wrap it up now, chaps, because we are literally 3 minutes away from our call becoming non-existent. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's come on the show today. If you want to come on the show as well and join the likes of these legendary cheeses and, the legendary Alan May, who's not on this show today, and Pete the Potter, etc. You can come on and be part of this and waffle about Stoke for 20 minutes or so and get your point across. All right. So we'll try this. This first time we tried this in the season. I don't know, it never works, but this could be a good sign. So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
There it is.
Bye for me.
So close. We were so close. Don't worry, Al, your beard's safe. Right. If everyone's watching, if you've made it this far, you're a trooper. You deserve to hit the like and subscribe button. But yeah, honestly, chaps, thank you so much. It's a good start to the season. We thumped Derby 3-1. That'll get a few responses, won't it? It was good. It was good. It was brilliant. Let's long may this continue. We shall see. All right. Thanks all, and we will see you on the next podcast episode of Stoke Fan TV.